506 East Welch. All right. Well, once we get the survey done, we're going to have to get this stuff off the side of the yard. There's a bunch of stuff back there. And then we'll have to remove this white fence, or at least part of it, put our fence up. The dirt here needs leveled out. It's pretty high. It's really super high here, and big holes here. This whole fence along the front of the property needs to come down all the way along here. My guess is that could be the fence or the property line right there. That fence is not lined up with the corner of the house, so that could be good. We don't have to deal with that. Obviously the siding needs done, fascia, soffit. Gutters on the porch are bad. The gate can come off of that porch. We have to figure out what to do with these steps. This could be the sky of the basement. We'll have to find out. There's a hole here. Who knows if that's open to the inside. But we may need to take these out and re-pour some new stuff here. We're probably going to have to deal with some of this trim around these windows to get it wrapped, like some of that. There's a crown detail on the top that probably needs to come off. Before the windows can be wrapped. This concrete's not in good shape here. I don't know if there's any money to deal with concrete at all. That's got a vent on it. It leads me to believe that, I don't know, could just be a vented empty space. Who knows? This has to go away. There is a weird blocks there, and they're over there too. We may need to figure out, I don't know, we may need to cut those off. And I think these posts, I think we remove the railing, we leave the 3 posts here, 1, 2, 3. Take these posts down, and that'll give us a chance to figure out what to do with that. We might have to take some things apart to figure it out. This fence can come down. Thing goes in the garbage. Face the fence. Yard's a wreck. The neighbor has filled a bunch of stuff in again. Vines, those things have grown. They grow so fast. It's kind of ridiculous that the electrical wire hooks on there and goes all the way across. We're gonna have to do, I don't know what's going on with that window there. Figure that out. Vines need to come off the house. Unreal. I hate vines. All this vegetation needs to get removed. Pretty sure this window we're going to get rid of. because of what is going on in the kitchen. So all this stuff here, these blocks, this concrete can get out of here. My guess is that shed is of no value. There's so much debris in this backyard. I don't know. It might be worth keeping. Nice to put a garage back here, but yeah, this stuff was all cleaned out, and now our friend has repopulated it. This back porch, yeah, the roof's falling down, but I think once we fix this porch cap, we can put a post on there and jack that roof up. That window's going to be eliminated, replace the back door. I think and the crown detail needs to come off of that window up there. Pretty sure we're going to eliminate. I don't know why that window hasn't been replaced. Maybe it is and there's a storm on the outside. Yeah, I think this window's going away in the bathroom. Maybe we're going to move it. We'll see. All this OSB has to come off of this thing here, and we're going to have to look into redoing it or something. There's an entrance to the basement down here, so all this probably needs to come apart and be rebuilt and then sided or something. We'll have to see what it looks like. We'll have to open it up and get down in there. Looks like we need to do some new windows. Glass block windows. There's one there, and what used to be one there. I don't know why this one's boarded off. I want to get all these cable lines cut off the house before the siding goes on. Phone lines too. Okay, the front door is kind of a small door. We'll have to take all this stuff down and make this wide enough for a 32-inch door at least. Yeah, I mean, all this stuff can come down. This ceiling was put on, and I don't know, we might be able to leave that. We'll have to figure it out. Let me get a peek up in there, but this trim will get replaced here. Might even want to make the door wide enough for 36 here. Windows have been replaced, most of them anyways. Tell you what, for a brand new window, this thing is really dirty. They must have had some really dirty hands when they put that in. So this must be the window for that side over there. So this is where that window on the other side of the wall here is blocked off. We need to pull this out, open this up, make sure it's framed in well, and then repatch it. I think we're going to get rid of this arch thing here. There could be a beam in here, so we may only be able to square it off, but we'll have to open it up and see what it looks like in there. Oh, this is the one. Oh, there's just a storm on there. Ray's gonna have to take that storm window off. This is where the laundry was. This is all gonna have to be removed and the walls repaired. So we're gonna move the laundry. I think the window trim is probably good enough to leave. It's gonna need to be man, this is the worst looking piece. I don't know. This stuff, it just looks like junk when you get up close to it, but if we get all these pieces of hardware off, we're gonna have to put new pieces of trim on here to cover all the gaps. And even that, why does Ray put them in like that? Like, what do we do at the bottom? It's so low to the bottom already that I can't put a, how do you put a piece of trim in there? I don't even know what to do with that now. Because now the thing to do is take it all out and trim it out differently. Frickin' suck. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. But we're going to have to figure out a way to trim out these windows and make them look decent. This wall we're going to get rid of all the way to the all the way to there. This will be opened up. This this thing is going to go away. I'm going to see if we can, oh, there's a plug in here. That doesn't matter, it'll get killed. I think we cut some of this off and just open it up. Maybe even put a angled cut on here and go up at some point, just to open this thing up and get rid of all this closed in space. See the bathroom doors get replaced. This is an extra piece of something on the floor here. We need to figure out why it's there. This wall, the bathroom looks like it needs gutted to studs. And then we're gonna reorient the bathroom. We're gonna figure out how we can put a shower or something on the back wall and move everything around. We'll move the toilet, move the sink, and yeah. And either eliminate the window that's over there or move it to a different location. Obviously, ceiling is going to need some work. Now the kitchen. We need to make sure the floors are good, solid, not rotted. We probably need to pull up a decent amount of this stuff, all this yeah, we may need to pull everything up and put new subfloor down. And then we're going to eliminate that window. And we are going to put, if I remember correctly, we're going to put the laundry. We're just going to put a laundry closet here in this corner with the door facing this way. And then we've got some space here for cabinets. And we eliminate this wall. We have to put a beam in. Doesn't need much of one, but we need something. And we may need to shorten this. I think we look at see if we can use one of the two windows. Maybe the window that was going to go in there. And we put a window here above the sink, wherever that happens to be. Or we make it easy on ourselves and put the sink over here because the plumbing's here. And put the fridge and stove on this wall somehow. And just eliminate that window altogether. Which I guess is okay. We could put it, we could move the window down. I don't know. Maybe we put the sink over here. It won't be a big deal. And that way we can put a window above it and get some more light in here. So we got to make sure this the ceiling is good, flat, structurally sound. Might need to replace a couple of boards up here. Some of it looks a little janky over here in this area. It's a little rotted. So I need to check into that. We may actually need to do some. Ooh, that wall's more solid than I thought. They must just have an extra covering on that wall in the bathroom, because it looks like it's like a thin sheet inside there, but I think they just skinned it with something. Either way, we may need to give ourselves a little bit more space in that bathroom by moving this wall this way, but we'll have to see what it looks like. This door is really small. I need to figure out what to do with it. The trim, so I'm probably going to have to try to make some base trim here. Shielding needs to come off, but I think once we start taking walls out, we're going to have to get some base trim made for down here so we can put things back together, which I think I can do. But I think that this door, we're just going to have to order a door to fit this opening. Go just do that because it's tiny and it's in really rough shape. I'm not sure I probably could figure out a way to fix it, but the jamb itself's a mess. So I think we just tear it out and replace it. And I guess the door casing will be different than the rest of the window casing, which I don't care about. We'll just put some 1x around the doors. These two, there's only 3 doors down here. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe we replace this trim on the windows. God, it's such a wreck. It just looks so bad. Even the base trim. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just got to figure out, once we start taking things apart, if it's worth saving anything. I don't know that this casing is worth saving. It doesn't look great. The sills don't look great. Paint doesn't look great. I think we just replace everything. We're not taking plaster down, so I guess that's easy enough to deal with. We're just gonna have to, we'll just do a picture frame casing. So down here, we're just gonna have to make it work. We're gonna have to add a piece of wood down here to fill in like this pieces. And then we're gonna have to go around the window with some sort of stop to fill in the, really to cover this up. Junk. We should just order new construction windows when we deal with stuff like this. But anyway, so I think that's what we do with the windows. Just eliminate the casing and redo them. And the base trim, it's not really a whole lot of base trim on this first floor to eliminate. I think yeah, and it doesn't even matter here. This because this stair trim, it's square cut, so we can put anything we want right there. And same here, it's just all squared off, so it doesn't matter. What a mess, this house is gross. But the basement, we're gonna rebuild the stairs and rebuild this stairway right here, because those bottom few steps look pretty sketchy. And then the basement's got to be cleaned up, cleaned out, extra wires removed, walls gonna need dry locked. The stairwell, clean up all the garbage. Looks like we got a bunch of paint to scrape and change the light, pull these hooks off the wall, this board, that board with those hooks, get rid of them. Everything just cleaned up and painted. We probably need to put a handrail, figure out getting a handrail that goes, that really after the door's in, it's gonna have to come all the way up top here. And so somebody can grab it. I mean, that first step has gotta be, jeez, oh Pete, that first step is at least 12 inches down. I'd fall on my face. Okay, coming upstairs here, there's, I don't know, 6 or 7 treads that need to be replaced on the stairs. They're cracked, broken. And I think this window, just remove the trim it out, similar to what we're doing at Wilson, with some 1x pieces in here, and then just the trim on the wall. The doors, doors casing. This is only all that's left up here of this stuff, of the original. So these doors get replaced. I would like they just skinned the ceiling with this drywall. This one doesn't look terrible, but the 1x all needs to come off, and then everything needs mudded. I would like this. This is like a, I would like the drywall I want this closet. This is the closet for that other bedroom. I'd like the plaster and everything removed from both sides. Plaster and lath taken off of both sides so we can fix that. And the inside, that's pretty bad. All these walls. I mean, like this is no good around here at all, the way this is done. We might be able to patch it and hide it. I mean, it's wider here than it is here. Freaking vines growing on the new screens. Bastards. I hate vines. They're awful creation. I'm certain that they came about after the fall of man. Yeah, all this one by in the corners. It looks in the seams on the drywall are awful. Everything needs mudded. Base trim comes off. This door comes off. It's too short. We're gonna have to make the opening bigger for a regular sized door. This closet. Gosh, this thing's touching my head. I hate that. This closet, I think we need to pull out the shelf and the supports and probably take it down to or resheet it with drywall or something. All this electrical needs dealt with. It's a thin wall. We're gonna have to cut probably the jambs down. This here, the ceiling in here is ridiculous. All this one by, but it's all gotta come down. And if this drywall comes down, it's gotta be replaced. Yeah, the drywall's got to be flat on the ceiling. So if this drywall's not flat, we need to make it so all these corners come up. Excuse me. This closet thing needs to come out. I'd like to see. I think what we do now, this here space, I don't know if I think what we can do is, maybe that's what we do. Why don't we take this corner and just eliminate, let's just put a closet in this corner. So we'll make it standard 2-foot depth on the inside, and we can see from there to there. Yeah, so if we make it 2 foot on the inside, and make it so we can put a 36-inch bifold. So we're going to reframe it in. It's going to come out a little wider here. It's going to come out a little deeper, and it's going to come across, and it's going to just go all the way to that wall. And then wherever that is, we're going to just come up and fill this all in, reframe that in. And then in the other bedroom, we're going to eliminate it. So we'll get rid of all of wherever this point is, where this closet comes out to. We'll just get rid of all of that in there. Just don't think it matters to keep it. I mean, it's not going to be much usable space, but yeah, so this, it'll basically be getting rid of this over there somewhere. The dust up here. So doors replaced, bifold on that, ceilings fixed, walls fixed, new trim, doors, casing, base trim, all that jazz. We need to change the brackets on this handrail here. They're all painted and gross. They're not well spaced out. It's a pretty big gap right there, and it makes the rail really flimsy. And this rail, it's disgusting, but I suppose it can be cleaned, sanded, and painted. Cleaned, sanded, and painted. The sides of the stairs will also need cleaned. Like there's just junk on the top of these stringers on the sides, so it just needs cleaned off. Like everything needs cleaned before. Like anything like that that's staying, that's old, needs cleaned before it's painted. Cleaned and sanded, really. Because that's not going to get replaced. Like this base trim will get replaced, and that base trim will, but none of that will get replaced. Some of the treads. So back here where the toilet is, we're going to have to, the floor's real soft. We'll probably need to replace all this subfloor back here. We're gonna have to frame out this wall so it goes all the way the same thickness. That's gonna have the plumbing stack in it. And then, yeah, all this stuff gets removed window. So this bathroom needs to be 48 inches wide. So right now it's about 46. So we need to make sure the framing is 48 inches wide. When it gets gutted, whatever we got to do, it's probably going to end up being less than, it's probably going to be like 47 and a quarter or something like that. But we need to make it wide enough to put a 48-inch pan on that end. So we're probably going to have to move this wall over an inch or so. And I think like I said, we got to take up this, whatever's on this floor needs to come up. There's an extra layer of plywood. We need to get down to the subfloor, examine the subfloor, and we probably need to put new subfloor in back over there where the drains for the, I guess we just replace 8 feet of the subfloor because we're going to get a 4x8 sheet. And if it's 4 foot wide, and actually, when we take this wall out, we might as well just replace my guess is there's 2 layers of something here, because this is the same level as this floor. So but this over here needs to be replaced. So when we pull out this wall, we just replace the subfloor from, wherever over here, over like maybe 2 sheets of it. This back door is going to be a 32-inch door, and I think it should fit between the stud here and this other one. This old transom is going to get removed and so that will actually have to be removed because there's a piece of framing for that window here. That's all got to go. I mean, we need to demo all this junk out here in the corner, get it back to studs. And it looks like we really just need to we'll need to reframe this whole wall because this drain pipe will go away. These drains go away, that window goes away. We need to add new framing in this wall. But that door, we need to make sure it fits a 32-inch exterior door. I want to get a 36-inch door into this front opening, or front door. So we're going to need to make it a little bit wider over here. So once we pull all this framing off around the door, header, everything, we'll have to pull a little bit of plaster here and make the door a little wider. I don't think, yeah, we're definitely going to need to go this direction. We've got enough room on the inside and the outside to do it. So that's what we need to do. I think I would like this ceiling taken down. I need to figure out what the heck's holding this roof, because these things, nothing's sitting on them. So yeah, I want to peel that ceiling off, this whole thing. Let's take it down, and we got to figure out what's going on here, and we may need to restructure this a little bit to hold the roof.